What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. Just before we get into the video, don't forget to like or dislike the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment down below. WWE wrestlers often fear the words future endeavors, as it means it's time to pack up their bags and hope Impact Wrestling is still in business. Here are 12 WWE wrestlers who will either quit or be released in 2018. Number 1. Mojo Rawley. If you're a New England Patriots fan, you probably recall Rob Gronkowski appearing at that WrestleMania thing with some dude. If you're a wrestling fan, you might have caught Rob Gronkowski helping some dude out at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, but you're just as likely to have been warming up your queso for your nachos during the 2-hour pre-show. Either way, it's likely you do know who Mojo is, but much less care. The WWE seems to care even less, so look for Mojo to be showing up at an indie show near you. Number 2. Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder proved that no one gets over unless the WWE authorizes it. When Ryder took social media to hype his character, the WWE Universe responded by making his YouTube channel a big hit. The WWE in turn responded by burying Ryder on TV, making his character look foolish and jobbing him worse than Chavo Guerrero did to Hornswoggle. Many fans wonder if Ryder's days are numbered, as the WWE has kept him around long enough as a reminder to other WWE superstars not to rock the boat. Number 3. Mark Henry. Brock Lesnar isn't the only WWE superstar who collects a paycheck and sits out for most of the year. World's Strongest Man Mark Henry has been under contract for some time, but for whatever reason, the WWE hasn't been using him except to get wrestlers over, such as at the Royal Rumble. Last July, Henry mentioned his in-ring career is winding down and he's getting ready to transition to a job behind the scenes as a producer. WWE.com has Henry listed on the Raw roster, but don't be shocked to see him in the alumni section sooner rather than later. Number 4. The Colognes. There's no question Epico and Primo are talented tag team wrestlers. However, they failed to get over with the WWE Universe despite being repackaged as Los Matadors and the Shining Stars. Now working as the Colognes, both men have reportedly requested their release as they're unhappy with their WWE careers. Primo suffered a knee injury last June, sidelining him and giving him time to think over his future in the company. Number 5. Paige. Paige was one of the WWE's top female superstars, both in NXT and on the main roster. However, a slew of backstage problems has her future in the WWE up in air. Whether it was the repeated wellness policy violations or her very public relationship with WWE pariah Alberto Del Rio, Paige is at the top of the WWE's list. Rumor has it, the only thing keeping her around is her WWE biopic, Fighting With My Family. According to a 2017 Forbes article, the WWE is hoping to film, but its WWE studios reported an operating loss of $200,000 in 2016. Once Paige's film is released, you can expect her to see her released as well. Even if the film succeeds, the WWE may feel that she served her purpose and dump her. At the same time, a successful film could see Paige pursue a Hollywood career. She's only 25, so she has time to sit out her WWE contract and think about pursuing other options. Number 6. Maryse. As fans of the A-list couple The Miz and Maryse know, Maryse is expecting her and The Miz's first child. This means WWE fans shouldn't expect to see much of Maryse while she's expecting, as she's now on a maternity leave. Whether or not Maryse returns when she gives birth remains to be seen, as she could decide to become a stay-at-home mom. Maryse is still with the WWE, but her in-ring career may be on hold or over, with depending on what she decides. Number 7. Daniel Bryan. Despite his 2016 retirement due to multiple concussions, Daniel Bryan is reportedly training for a comeback in the ring. However, don't expect to see it in a WWE ring, as the company is still battling the class action concussion lawsuit filed by over 50 former WWE wrestlers. If Bryan were to return to action and get hurt in the WWE ring, it would help the lawsuit by suggesting the WWE doesn't care about its athletes. With that in mind, expect to see Bryan leave the WWE if he's going to renew his career, with the possibilities being endless, as he'd be wrestling's hottest free agent along with CM Punk. Number 8. The Big Show. There has been considerable talk about the Big Show retiring for several years now. Rumor has it, Show was sticking around for WrestleMania 33, hoping for a match with Shaquille O'Neal, only for that to fall through. Big Show stuck around, putting wrestlers like Cass and Braun Strowman over. Big Show's cage match on Raw with Braun Strowman saw Big Show aggravate a pre-existing condition. Big Show commented, "I have the hip resurfaced. There's been some traumatic injury done to the hip in the match with Braun Strowman. It's frustrating as hell to be in the best shape I've been in my career, but that match, I kinda put a lot on the table, and I'm paying the price for it now. Going forward, I'm very confident in the medical team that's doing the surgery. We're gonna go forward from there and see what my options are." The Big Show underwent hip surgery and returned to the gym. Whether he returns to the ring remains to be seen. Number 9. John Cena. John Cena has been shrewd with his Hollywood career, never forgetting who brought him to the dance, but also building up his credentials while maintaining a WWE career. Cena has been wrestling on the main roster since 2002, and while he'll always have a role in the WWE, 2017 looks to be Cena's tipping point, with 2018 being the year he devotes most of his time to Hollywood, with an occasional special appearance in the WWE to hype a movie and or wrestle. Number 10. Apollo Crews. Crews isn't by any means a bad wrestler, and even while there's been many rumors Vince McMahon isn't impressed with his microphone skills, that doesn't mean there's no hope for him. At the same time, there's nothing particularly impressive about him to justify keeping him around until 2018. As we've seen recently, the WWE isn't afraid to cut talent loose and watch them develop elsewhere, then call them back for a second try. That could be the case with Apollo, as the WWE future endeavors him to make room for new talent. Number 11. Tamina Snuka. Jimmy Snuka's talented daughter has yet to win WWE Gold, and while she's stayed busy in the WWE, it's arguable the biggest thing keeping her in the company is her last name. With the WWE constantly bringing in new talent, old talent has moved out, and 2018 could be the year Tamina heads elsewhere. Tamina will be 40 years old in 2018, and may be pushed into a job backstage or out the door. And number 12. Goldust. Dustin Rhodes has been wrestling a lot longer than most fans may think. His Goldust character dates back to 1995, while Dustin himself debuted in 1988. Goldust is a dependable worker, and his gimmick never seems to get old, as he's constantly tweaking his character to keep himself fresh, as seen with his mini program with Bray Wyatt, where he wrestled without his face paint. Nevertheless, the 48-year-old wrestler may decide it's time to step down, or he may be asked gently to move into a backstage position. Well guys, there you have it, 12 WWE superstars who may not be in the WWE ring much longer. Are there any more that you would think that would get future endeavored? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.